keep it a buck, had to find my own light. Peeling back the lies, making sure the truth is writ. The truth saga continues, a vibe check for your soul. Woke from the concrete slumber, taking back my own control. Seeing blind spots in the vision that they sold us as the norm. Weathering the storm, the truth saga continues. Let the saga continue.
Hello, yes, you know what's up. All right, so we're going to talk about Ms. Brittany, and we're also going to talk about the relationship of Sir Robert and Phony Braxton. But before we get into it, you know what to do. Thumbs up the video, subscribe if you have not already, cut your notifications on, and leave us a comment. Now, guys, I don't want to make this too long. You know that I can be a little long-winded, but who cares? If you're into the vibes of the saga, of the Truth Saga Continue channel, then you know that we deep dive into everything. One thing that I'm able to do is look at a photo. So the photo, you know, that I placed is something that I saw online. And I can look at a photo and kind of tell that something's not right. First and foremost, the picture that Sir Robert, he shared or posted, she posted it on her, Phony Braxton posted it on her page. Why, Phony Braxton, would you even share a photo of you all doting over him, laying your head on his shoulder like it's Tony, 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 or in your case, phony, 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 okay? Yeah, you're laying your head on his pillow or shoulder, and he down at his cell phone, looking like he not into whatever you are doing. Please, you need to wake up. That man is not ready for marriage. What he is ready for is for something to go viral. Now, this is a video that I made just today. I got another video out, not out, but I'm sitting on it for a little bit because I'm just trying to see. You know, I'm basically taking notes to see if it's worth it for me to say what I said in that video. You feel me? Which ain't that bad. It's just basically, you know, just my opinion on what's going on. Okay? But I'm just saying, like, honey, he's not that into you. If you want to share a photo, if you guys want to put on a united front, first and foremost, Sir Robert's eyes should be always connected either on you or on the camera. If you're looking at the camera, he should be looking at the camera. He should not be looking away. He should not be looking down at his cell phone. Who knows what he's looking at? Probably his stats. He could be talking to somebody else, male or female. We don't know. He is definitely not into the moment with you, but yet you are so in awe. Honey, when is the last time you had a good relationship? Is your last relationship your daughter's dad? Because it looks like you went from traumatic to this. I think you need to talk to Miss Brittany. I think you two need to get together, just like Sir Robert and the fourth baby daddy allegedly got together and whatever and talked. I think you guys need to talk. Yeah, I'm putting it out there. If you haven't talked already, or you need to go and look at some of the videos that I placed on this channel, and I have another channel. I don't know. You probably know about that channel too. You need to look at some of those old videos because Miss Brittany left that marriage looking like a wet dog. It's no other way for me to say it. Miss Brittany looked like she just jumped, just basically barely made it. And guess what? He did too. He looked like he barely made it out that marriage, ma'am. I don't know who you pray to, but whoever you pray to isn't giving you any goddamn wisdom. Okay? Buddha can't do it. The mountains can't do it. The earth can't do it. The stars can't do it. This is my intro, y'all. I ain't even getting to the goddamn crust of the video. Okay? You need Jesus. Have that on you, on y'all clothes. Jesus the Christ instead of Satan. Until y'all repent about that, I will not give my blessing to this darn marriage because it's not real. You guys are not saved. Miss Thang, even in the video, looked like you just got finished crying. Looked like you had to force your head down to take a photo. Stand alone, baby. Take a photo right next to him and don't touch him. Get a backbone, ma'am. My Lord. You look like you just as weak as a lamb. Look like you haven't had no life past having a baby. It looks like you just probably came from your parents' house, or maybe you were living with one of your home girls. Because it looked like this is your first real relationship, Phony Braxton. It doesn't look like you're ready. It doesn't even look like you just, it's like you want a home. Well, baby, keep making content. You look, FB is paying people. I heard they paying thousands of dollars. I don't know if you this is your page, or he was like, oh, I'll open you a page and monetize it for. I don't know, but you need to get your own money, ma'am, so you can do your own thing. Move out. Move out. I suggest, I'm sorry, all this coming from God, baby. You living in sin, and gonna bring that sin right into your marriage, because you're not gonna get dipped in the water. You're not gonna repent, and you think that marriage gonna last 7 years, baby. It may not even last 7 months. And if you already married, I think you can be married, under a year and get it annulled. What you need to do is you need to move out. If y'all not married yet, move out and see if the marriage or the relationship can still withstand the separation of y'all two. Because that moving in and stuff, the fact that you are not independent is really, really, it's concerning me. Because, Serval Bear's not always, able to take care of himself. Shoot, his last girlfriend, Miss, what did I call her? Miss Vivica. Miss Vivica was helping him out. He was living with her because he couldn't even afford anything, because Miss Thang, his ex-wife, had basically swiped all his energy from his what is it called? His monetization or whatever. What's the monetization? Yeah, from all his pages. That's why he got the new one now called he see y'all, somebody watching y'all. That's what it's called. That page called Somebody Watching You, and it's him. Honey, he got them goddamn glasses on. You think it's glasses, but it's really a camera. Because what? He said, I'm watching all y'all and keeping the records. That's basically what the page is called. Yes. You get what I'm saying? So he had to make that page to even take care of himself. Now he's saying he's going to take care of you, your daughter, his granddaughter, his oldest daughter, and his daughter with his ex-wife. Baby, you need to pray. I'm gonna talk to you like Whoopi Goldberg did to Molly. Phony, you in trouble, girl. That picture tells me a lot. This is all my opinion, y'all. So all y'all RH people right here, this has nothing to do with you. This is my job. This is my gift. I can look at pictures. I can look at videos. I can even look at a post. And God gives me what? Discernment to read all through the whatever. You get what I'm saying? To read all through the hibba jibba. All right. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to move from one serious relationship to the next without taking time to truly heal? Did Serval Bear heal? Because I know Miss Phony Braxton is really living by her name, because she being phony. She really should be in a darn room and screaming. Ah! I bet she'll put on 10 pounds because she's getting a little too small for me. Yeah, she was already small. She naturally small, y'all. All the reason why she does not need to be in this type of relationship. She jumps into the what? The frying pan into the fire. Look, there's no offense towards Serval Bear. I have nothing against him past the spirit, right? We are fighting not flesh, but spirituality and principalities. My principles and his principles, and Phony Braxton's principles, and Miss Brittany's principles, and Sir James's principles, and Miss Vivica. Everybody in this goddamn saga, my principles don't align up with. So anybody can get a commentary in this form and fashion. Okay, I have nothing against that man. I don't know him personally, but spiritually, I want that man to what? Get delivered. I want his wife, what is it? What we was gonna call her? Well, Phony Braxton. I want her to also get delivered. You get what I'm saying? They don't know Jesus the Christ, because first and foremost, you guys should not be shacking up. First, it's not real. Did I shack up with my husband first? Yes, and we shacked up for a few months, and then we got baptized and we got resaved and all that, and God delivered us, and then we got married. And guess what? We got married and still had a little problem, because I was all of 22 years old. He was 26. we were very, 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 very young, in my opinion, especially young for back then. That was damn near like having teenagers, at least me. He was a little older, but he just was fresh out his mom's house. I was fresh out my grandparents' house. You know, I was living in my dorm. You get what I'm saying, too? That's the only little independence I had, and then God cleaved us. But my parents was like very disappointed that we was living together. You get what I'm saying? So we went down to the courthouse, and we did it right. There was no cameras. There was no action. It was just true love, and we learned each other because we were young. We knew each other all of a year and a half. So we weren't together for a long time. So I'm speaking from experience. And so when God delivers you from certain things, it is our job to help one another. And so you guys should not be shacking up talking about, oh, we getting married. Well, honey, you living as such and you're committing adultery. Because I'm going to tell you, Miss Phony Braxton, that's not your husband. And sir, that ain't your wife. And that's the only person gonna say this is a person who's spirit filled, and God gives me the authority to say that. It's not I'm not gonna say y'all not meant to be. What I will say is y'all definitely not ready. When you guys get delivered, maybe you guys can cleave together and grow together in Christ. But until you do that, y'all not meant to be right now. It's chaotic. Like I said in my other video that I haven't even released yet, but I'll say it today. If you think your first marriage was chaotic, Sir Robert, this one is going to be worse. Why? First of all, because you've had this page to listen to. Okay, you've had several of my pages to listen to. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. You've been warned and you're not listening. Why? Because you got during the eye of the tiger as far as getting the views, and you just want to get back what you had before. You can't get back what you had before. You really need peace. Somebody say, oh, he looks peaceful. How does he look peaceful when he looks like he's in his cell phone, not into his so-called wife that's right next to him, that is doting on him and lying her head on his shoulder like she got some goddamn song playing in her head. That's what it is. She just, because she high, this guy. But that's all that's going in her head. Ain't nothing rolling through her head because all her brain cells has been shot. Why? Because she stays high. Robert, I can see that he's empty, and he is not that same man 15 years ago where he looked like he had he had goals, was focused. He was a big man too, but he was focused, and it wasn't focused on his own body. He was focused on whatever he was placing out. I saw the promise in that man, and he like Jay-Z. Who the heck is that? Jay-Z is a shell of himself, and he ain't the same man that he was back in burn, 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 Big Pimpin', spinning G's. Remember that? That ain't the same Jay-Z. That ain't the right, baby. That ain't the same Jay-Z. And baby, that ain't the same Robert. That's not the same Robert that said, let me see you dance, girl. Drop it low, drop it low, yeah. Or what was that other song he did when he got a divorce? I Hate You Too. Phony Braxton, listen to his first album. It was full of pain. It was full of pleasure. It was full of poverty. It was full, baby. You need to look at his old stuff. But they slick, ain't they? They said, wipe all the goddamn videos up off of FB. Baby, come on over to YouTube. Some of them darn videos are still up. Just put their names in and let it pop up. I.e., remember when he was chasing around girl? She took his hat off. They had a toxic relationship, y'all. It's still up there. Legend has it that Miss Vivica was a darn influencer too behind the scenes and putting out all that misery. And then later on she said, sorry, I was wrong, to the darn whatever. You know, she had legend has it she going around to everybody saying sorry. She wants to what? She wants to get back in people's good graces. Yeah, that lady left without her mind, but I don't even think she had a mind when she came into the relationship. You feel me? So he said, nah, I'm going to get rid of her, because of her age. And not just because of her age, because her spirit wasn't right. She wanted to hurry up and get married. He ain't married her. But for some reason, he wants to marry the young tenderoni because she's, kind of innocent in his eyes. Baby, she ain't innocent. You just ain't met her goddamn, you meet her representative. See, the first few months, maybe even a year, you've met the representative of the person that you're with. It takes time to really know somebody. And I know RH camp behind me, like, I'm not going to like the video. I'm not going to say nothing, but I got to. Go ahead and say it. You get what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is the truth. It is what it is. In today's world, you don't have to rush into anything. It's so much information out here. I mean, honey, Phony Braxton, half his darn marriage is right on camera. You actually got a luxury. When I met my husband, I couldn't go on no FB, no IG, no TT, no YT. I couldn't go nowhere and say, who is this person? Who was he dating before me? It was no footage. None. And there was no footage of me either, thank goodness. I'm just keeping it real. All y'all lives on camera. He lives his whole marriage on camera. That daughter was married. His daughter was born on camera, baby. So they literally had their whole marriage. Baby, do your research. You need to become Carmen, what is it called? Carmen Sandiego or Nancy Drew, and really go and detect this person that you claim that you want to marry. Because right now, your head is in the sand like a goddamn ostrich. All right? Now, this isn't about judging anyone's heart or claiming to know what happens behind closed doors. We only see what people choose to share publicly. My goal is to look at patterns, compare them with biblical wisdom, and ask some important questions. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay? One thing that immediately stands out is how quickly this man has continued pursuing serious relationships. That is a what? Red flag. Ding-ding. Red flag. It is what it is. Flag on the play. That is a pattern. Patterns, to me, are can be demonic. Yeah. He was married for 7 years. That marriage ended. Then he entered another relationship with Miss Vivica. That didn't last. Now he has introduced another woman, announced an engagement, and they appear to be presenting themselves publicly almost like a married couple already. Really, y'all? Really, Phony and Robert? Are y'all really doing that? Huh? You really making a mockery out of marriage? You're really making a mockery out of yourselves because y'all two look like, I don't even see the chemistry. I don't even see y'all supposed to be actors, right? Y'all supposed to be like Martin and Gina or something. Or Bill and or what was his name? Heathcliff and Claire. I don't see any kind of, Jay and darn Damon Wayans. I don't know who Damon Wayans was on that show, My Wife and Kids. But I see no kind of chemistry between y'all two. You get what I'm saying? I just don't. Now, I'm going to say the truth. Because, see, I don't get high. I'm very sober. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do none of that. So my point is, I'm always going to be sober. I don't do this for y'all. I mean, I do it for the people who really need to hear it. But the ones who don't agree, that's fine too. We cannot agree because you don't have what I have. You may not be on the level that I'm, to see it. So I can't fuss at you. Oh, I don't agree with it. You don't have to agree with me. No. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not going to say I'm one of the people you got to agree with. And if you don't agree with me, your comment's not going to be up and all that. No. I need all the comments, all the views, everything. I've been doing this for over 10 plus years, y'all. This is called social media. I don't know y'all. Y'all don't know me personally. This is just a community where we can talk. So you can like some of my videos and not. That's cool because sometimes I'm going to get down with the get down, depending on how my brain is. Honey, I can see I can see a whole bunch, and I'm actually filtering my words what God is, because I could say more. Okay? Now, let's talk about it. Why does someone keep rushing towards marriage? There could be many reasons, okay? None of us can say with certainty which one is true, but Scripture teaches us that condition of our heart influences the decisions that we make. I just read in Proverbs yesterday. It says, protect your heart. So he's looking for this girl. He's looking for a girl that's going to go along with his social media presence. If she does not go with his social media presence, i.e. Miss Vivica, that's why she didn't make the cut. Even though y'all might say, well, she was on camera. She was not on camera as much as Miss Phony Braxton, and of course not as much as his wife. You get what I'm saying? She wasn't down for that. She really wanted a real relationship, and unfortunately, she had to open her eyes and realize that it was a transactional relationship. How do we know that this relationship with Miss Phony Braxton isn't transactional? Transactional doesn't necessarily mean he said, okay, I need you to be my girlfriend on camera, then my wife or my fiance, and I'm going to pay you X amount of money. It's a spirit to it, meaning that he obviously has a plan for his social media. He knows that his social media tanked after his first divorce. He knows that. And so ever since then, he's been trying to find that chemistry. Now, I'm going to tell you this. He and Miss Brittany did not, I don't think they were engaged long. I think it went pretty fast. They dated, they slept together. Then he she forced him, or she said, basically gave him an ultimatum saying that you're going to marry me because I'm not going to move to North Carolina or Atlanta if you don't. So he married her. That was a transactional relationship. She reached out because from what I understand, she used to be, a bottle girl, if you will. That's the best I can say it. She wasn't an actual bottle girl like a bartender, but that's what I'm going to say. She was out there doing video, like music videos or whatever, being, I'll say this, being video vixens for like up and coming stars. That's what I'm getting. Okay. And so she reached out to Sir Robert because Sir Robert looks like he's dehydrated, meaning he's thirsty. He's thirsty. He wanted a woman. Obviously, when a man wants a woman, biblically it says when a man takes on a wife, he has a blessing. But all women are not wives, okay? Because this also says in Proverbs that stay away from a wicked woman. Honey, stay away from everything, because whatever she walk on is going to become hell. Everything that she talks about, it looks like honey, but it's acid. It says that in the Bible. So just because they're a woman don't mean they're a wife. But he was thirsty. He wanted that type of vibe. He was tired, probably doing everything. And when a man wants a woman, and when he wants a wife, he wants a wife. He was tired of being alone. And then with Adam, the Lord saw that he was alone, so he took a rib and made a woman. He took Adam's rib and made woman. You get what I'm saying? So we were meant to be. So a man is never going to be complete until he has a woman. Okay? However, you don't pick any woman to be your wife. Okay, and there's red flags that you still aren't honoring, sir, because you are completely blind out here spiritually. Okay, sometimes people aren't actually searching for a spouse. Sometimes they're searching for relief. See, I didn't even read that part, but that's what I said. He was getting tired. He want help out here in these streets because it's very, very tough. Couples content makes a lot of money. Okay, it really does. It's people love to see love. They love to see a man and a woman together, either struggling together, loving each other, having children. They love the family dynamic. Nobody can take that away because that's God-given. We were meant to be together, man and woman, and have a family. And so when you put that on camera, of course, people love it. Single people love it. Married people love it. It's safe content. It's good. It's inspiring. It's aspiring, meaning people want to get there. They look at you as what? Couple goals? We would never do that with you and Phony Braxton. I'm sorry, Robert. You're definitely not couple goals. You're a couple of goals of what not to do, but you're not couple goals, okay? There is a difference. A spouse cannot heal wounds that only God can heal. Sir Robert and Phony Braxton obviously has some wounds that they need to heal outside of each other before they can cleave together. You get what I'm saying? It's like putting two people together with spiritual holes that is constantly dripping out and trying to put them together. They really do feel like that this is good. Them two are making each other whole, and they're not. They're actually, making things worse, together. I hate to say this, RH Camp, but they're not ready. Even if they're married right now, they're not ready. It won't last. I hate to tell you that. And that's not me hating. That's not me projecting. It's just we're going by what patterns. This is not somebody who just hopped up and we're listening to him or we're looking at him. We've been following this saga for almost 4 years. So I'm going to act as such. Okay? When someone carries unresolved hurt from his wife, rejection from his wife, disappointment from his wife, and I'm talking about his first wife, Miss Brittany. I know her real name. Somebody said, her name is Briana. I'm not doing that. It obviously, look at the title. Obviously, I know what the name is, but I'm not calling them by their real names. Okay? Looks like I'm getting dehydrated. When someone carries unresolved hurt, rejection, disappointment, loneliness, or pride, all from his first relationship, his first marriage, another relationship may temporarily cover those emotions, but it usually doesn't remove them. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs that we should guard our hearts because everything we do flows from them. Okay? If the heart hasn't been restored by Christ, those same patterns, which are demonic, often follow us into the next relationship. So how could we be happy over this engagement / marriage? Because we really don't know. But you guys will know, right? Yeah, y'all guys will know if they're really married, because y'all be looking up stuff. I don't do all that. All right. So, yeah. If all of those are not resolved, which they're not, all they're going to do is transfer to this relationship. So if y'all know that he has not taken the time just to be him, have we seen him just be him without somebody with him? Ever since Miss Brittany, his wife, his ex-wife, okay, moved on and had twins, he too been trying to say, I moved on too, and I'm going to do you one better. This is not a poker game. This is real life, sir. You're competing with your ex-wife, which says that you're not over her. I don't give a damn what y'all RH people say. He's not over her. And technically, how could he be? He literally just went from one situation to the other. He never sat down and he didn't take a break off of social media. He has had his face online since his divorce or since his breakup from his ex-wife. He hasn't taken a break. So you can't heal. I'm going to tell you this. You cannot heal on social media, because social media is like going to war. Making content, putting your face, putting your life out there is not, pleasant. Okay. And so when these people are constantly making, content that's telling us that they're not taking the time as a couple to just relax. They're not healing. They're not doing any of that. They're just trying to make a living. Okay. Now, if someone's previous marriage was extremely unhealthy, wouldn't wisdom suggest taking time to slow down? God gives us wisdom. He doesn't believe in God. Therefore, that's why he keeps making these horrible decisions. Ecclesiastes tells us there is a time for everything. There's a time to build. There's a time to heal. Okay, healing doesn't happen simply because time passes. So we're saying, a lot of his people are saying, oh, that's old, that's been years. It doesn't matter. It's just like thinking that a hole that's in your backyard is going to close itself because it's been there for 10 years. So therefore it should be closed. No, unless you fill it with concrete or fill it with dirt or fill it up with something, that hole more than likely is going to stay there. Just like on the streets, when a pothole is there, it doesn't just, get better. It doesn't close itself. In fact, if they leave it open, it gets worse. After cars keep hitting it and things like that, the concrete gets worse. And then it can actually turn into a whole sinkhole if it's not, covered. So think of that spiritually. If you're just going from one woman to the other woman and things like that, Miss Brittany, we all know she has not healed either. She just goes from man to man to man, but she's a woman and she has the gift of fertility. So everybody who she sleeps with gets a baby. Like Oprah said, you get a car, you get a car, you get a... And she's like, you get a baby, you get a baby. James, you get 2 babies. That's just basically what it is, But just because she moved on with James, just because they have twins, obviously does not mean they healed, because she went to jail over this dude. She, they in the middle of the darn street, got that man on the curb saying he hit her, and obviously he didn't, but she probably said something and he kind of cracked. I mean, this woman is still going around making everybody miserable. Okay, obviously she is not healed. She's saying, oh, moving to North Carolina is healing, or she's starting over. No, you just switched states there. You didn't heal yourself. You didn't take time off and become a better, first of all, before she could become a better mother, she has to become a better steward of God, because God gives us the wisdom to know how to parent. But that's another video. Healing happens when truth meets humility. One thing I noticed is that the first marriage seemed full of conflict. Okay, did it not? Okay, y'all can comment. I'm very long-winded. It is what it is. If you need to take a break from this video, come back to it. It's like a class. I know we like in our 40s. It's like, ooh, can I do this video? Do it in pieces and parts. It's cool. Okay, from what was shown publicly, there appeared to be dishonesty, betrayal, unhealthy behavior, and constant chaos. So we seen that chaos on camera. So can you imagine when the cameras was off? What happened? I don't think he really, Sir Robert really doesn't know how to talk to a woman. When he did that script of saying, don't go through my phone and all that, and it was a script and all that, and then he said, yeah, that's what homeboy said, that, and her face was miserable. She was in the darn mirror. She was doing her little curling iron on her flat irons and trying to curl that darn broomstick hair that has no life to it because you don't eat. And you don't have good oils flowing through your system. You're dry because this man wants you to what? Work all the time and this, that, and the other. Y'all thinking they having a healthy relationship and a healthy intimacy and all that. Honey, that girl is miserable. I know a miserable woman when I see one. I'm just keeping it real, baby. Honey, get delivered. Get delivered. This man is just there just for his own reasons. Baby, he has not gotten into you. That picture tells me that. He ain't into you. Robert, if you want to convince me, always look that lady in the eyes. Always look. If she looking at the camera, you look at the camera. Do you approve that photo? I guess all your people, they high too. They never sober because they thinking that's love. That ain't love, baby. He looks so peaceful. No, he does not. He look like his mind is rolling, meaning he got so much in his mind. He ain't look like he ain't even know Miss Phony Braxton was right there. His shoulder looked so hard. It was all stiff. I know you had a stiff neck after that photo. I know you did, sir. When a relationship ends like that, many people assume the next relationship would automatically be healthier. No. And looks can what? Be deceiving, but they don't even look happy. Okay? If we don't learn from the first relationship, we often repeat similar patterns with different people. Now, let's even go back before Miss Brittany. His first baby mother, his oldest daughter's mother. That relationship ended not too well. So that's 3 for 3. Is it the women or is it Robert? Robert is trying his best to make relationships out of women who are not whole. And he loves women with children, which means they have baggage and their minds are not correct and is very immature. Why? Because when you have a whole bunch of children, when you have a whole bunch of baggage and a whole bunch of baby daddies, you don't have time to what? You don't have time to better yourself because you're trying to get to all these kids and all these different situations. You get what I'm saying? I just got finished, Lord Jesus. I just finished watching all 22 episodes of The Polygamist. I advise you guys to watch that if you haven't. It is powerful. It definitely puts polygamy in a negative light. That's the only reason why I'm sharing it. And Sir Robert, I think you should watch it because you're definitely like Jonas. You're definitely like him. Yes, you are. And none of us women could stand Jonas. Watch it, sucker. Okay? And you got darn Miss Phony Braxton. You watch it too. Let me see what character you are. You definitely not Joyce. You definitely not Essie. You definitely not like the baby. You. Oh, I ain't gonna say who you are. I'm gonna let y'all guess who I think she is. I'm gonna need y'all to watch that. And I don't need y'all to ever popularize polygamy again. It's disgusting and it will take you out. All right? Go in there. And I'm reading the book too. Oh yeah, I got the book. That goddamn series. I don't even read like that, y'all, but I got that book. Yes, I did. Husband, I spent the money. Sorry. It is what it is. All right? I got the book. All right. So if we don't learn from the first relationship, we often repeat similar patterns with the different people. The faces changes. The lessons remain the same. One thing that concerns me is the speed. Sometimes moving fast can feel exciting, but it can also, also feel romantic. Oh, the honeymoon phase is gone. It never even grew on that relationship. It might have been there like maybe some time ago, but it definitely ain't there. It's hard work, honey. That's why she had her head down. She was tired. But speed and wisdom are not the same thing. The Bible never encourages us to rush into a covenant. Instead, Scripture repeatedly encourages discernment, patience, testing character, and seeking God's direction. All right? There's going to be a part 2 to this, y'all. This is like a master class of relationships and how not to move on. So we'll move on to the next part, y'all. Stay tuned, all right? Make sure you thumbs up the video. Again, if you have anything else to say about this topic, leave it in the comments because I always respond.